Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan. And as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So on the icon for this video, it says there's no way out but forward. Keep pushing, And certainly in the 12-step program and in life, they often say the only way out is through. And, that can be a scary proposition. It can be very hard to keep your eye on the prize, to keep working towards the goal, especially if it requires a tremendous amount of effort or growth. Humans like the easy way out. But I get a little, tired of it because, it's a game I play too, but really so many people online are constantly saying, oh, well, I slipped, so I'm going to have to start from day one again. And they're just content to start from day one again. And I'm just like, that's a hard no. Because to be fair, yesterday doesn't even exist. So the chances that you can go back to day one are zero. You're not the same person you were back on your day one. It's funny when people say, well, what's the least you've ever weighed? And I'm like, 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Okay? I'm not going back there either. So, yeah, I was just kind of thinking about that. I was also thinking, like in the big book, it always says that no one's been able to adhere to anything like perfect, fill in the blanks, serenity, sobriety, abstinence, whatever it is. But that it is a program of progress, not perfection, And that's been used by many people over the years. And I know in the big book, which came out in 1932, I believe it was 1932. I think it was mainstream in 1938. It probably supersedes most people who use those phrases today, from perfectly imperfect to, not adhering to anything like perfection, but knowing that we are in progress all the time. There's no way out but forward. Yesterday doesn't exist anymore. There may be some evidence that it existed. We may have photos, there may be newspaper articles or news stories. There's some proof. You may still have dirty clothes in the laundry, but you can prove you were on the planet yesterday. But technically it doesn't exist and we can't go back. And as always, this conversation is for me, because I get caught up in the game. And it really is a game. I'll be interested to have that conversation with God and see how he, measures things, because I was so distraught when he decided to flood the world. And then afterwards he was like, well, it probably wasn't my best decision. You think? And so I'm not going to do that again. Praise God. I literally praise God that he had his own lesson in saying trying to restart is not good. And, I don't even know what day I'm on, and I'm happy to not know what day I'm on because it means I'm not obsessing. And I've had a lot of serenity in this time that I've been in this time that I've been successfully staying on program, doing 12-step meetings, eating my proper food, about 3 times, I would say. And again, I was just trying to figure out the number of days. So I'm tired enough to ask Alexa. Alexa, how many days ago was October 31st?
October 31st is in 287 days.
No, Alexa, how many days have passed since October 31st?
January 17th, 2022 is the 17th day of the year.
Speaking of perfectly imperfect. She does her best. Okay, I'm going to calm down and do this. I can do it. Okay, so it was the 31st of October and then the 31st of November, but there is no 31st in November. So December 1st was a month, and then the 31st of December, which is actually just 30 more days, so that was 60, And then it's been 17 days. So 60, 77 days. I think so. About 77 days. And maybe 3 times in that 77 days, I ate something that probably would not have been my best. Totally in my plan, in my calories, but didn't serve me as well. But definitely no sugar, definitely no animal products, yea God. And, over those couple of days, I know one of those days there was definitely some oil or salt. The thought is I start punishing myself and obsessing and deciding that I have to start over. And that's a no. That's a no. That's when I just have to say, there's no way out but forward and just keep pushing. Yeah, because I think it's almost, when you constantly restart, it almost gives you permission to never quite be successful, right? Because you can justify why you had to restart. I'm not restarting anything. Life does not exist yesterday. It doesn't exist tomorrow. I only have right now. And God knows what's up. All right. I just wanted to remind myself of that because I was kind of being hard on myself and over obsessing and saying, do I have to restart? And also that's another just really bad game that I play where if I don't eat properly, I'll get into the obsession of, well, maybe I should fast tomorrow and I can just drink fluid and maybe I could just, juice for in all the games. And I know what happened. There were a couple of days where I just wasn't getting enough calories and it was setting me up for compulsive eating. And ultimately I did eat compulsively, but I was able to stop myself. Again, the food I was eating was okay. It was just too much. And I was able to stop myself and say, hey, no, you're not going in that direction again. No. Anyway, so yes, I'm happy to be on program. I'm happy to have tons of fruit and delicious food awaiting me. Compliments of my husband. I feel really blessed. There's a lot going on, but my stress level will always be less if I'm honoring my body and eating properly. All right, that's it, my friends. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like if you like, join us if you haven't. Subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And until we talk again, best of all, know that you're blessed.